Welcome to Manna at the Tap, a podcast from Tapestry Ministries. Each episode reflects on a daily Bible reading from the Revised Common Lectionary. I'm Gloria, a fellow traveler on a spiritual journey with the Tapestry community, and we refer to the daily Bible reading as our spiritual manna. It nourishes our souls, fostering spiritual growth as we share insights and interpretations that enrich our spiritual lives. Today is Friday, June the 27th, 2025, the second week after Pentecost in the season of ordinary time. This is the time for us to live an extraordinary disciplined life as we experience spiritual growth. The lectionary reading is a story found in part 2 of the Book of Kings in the Old Testament. It's an intriguing story about a child who, upon the death of his famous parents, became king of the northern kingdom of Israel and ruled in the city of Samaria. His famous parents were King Ahab and Queen Jezebel, who were always in conflict with the prophet Elijah as they continually worshiped the gods of the Philistines, teaching the citizens not to follow after the Lord, the God of Israel. Upon their death, their eldest son, Ahaziah, became king, but his reign was short lived. He leaned against a wooden screen window and fell from the second-story balcony to the ground. His injuries were severe and he was confined to bed. He immediately sent his messengers to consult with the Philistine god to see if he would recover. God felt insulted that the king thought his only choice was to consult a foreign god and not talk with the prophet of God in his own country. The prophet Elijah was alerted by an angel to intercept the messengers before they reached their destination and to ask them if there was no God in Israel that they had to consult with a foreign God. Elijah answered the question King Ahaziah wanted to know. He told the messengers to let the king know he would not leave his bed and he would die. The king was surprised to see the messengers back so quickly, and they told him they had met a man who said that he, the king, would die and not recover. The king wanted to know who the man was, and the messengers described him as having thick, long hair and a beard, wearing a leather belt around his waist. Right away, the king knew who the man was. It was the prophet Elijah, who had had a running battle with his parents for the 22 years that his father reigned. King uh, Ahaziah, that's a hard name to pronounce, sent an army captain along with 50 men to bring Elijah to him. The army captain approached Elijah as he was sitting on a hill and mockingly said to him, "Man of God, the king says, come down." Elijah responded, You say I'm a man of God? If I am, let God decide. Let fire come down from heaven and consume you and your 50 men. And fire came down and consume them. The king sent another army captain with 50 men to Elijah. As this army captain approached Elijah, he demanded that Elijah come down quickly. He and his 50 men were also consumed by fire, just like the first group. The king was not deterred. He sent a third army captain with 50 men. This time, the army captain came in humility to Elijah, recognizing him as the man of God. He begged Elijah to have respect for his life and the lives of his 50 men. Then the angel of the Lord told Elijah to go down with this captain, and the Lord assured Elijah he had nothing to fear from the king. What do you think is the moral of this story? The king was like his famous parents, King Ahab and Queen Jezebel. He sought help from a foreign god instead of turning to the God of Israel and the prophet Elijah. He foolishly attempted to use military force to intimidate Elijah, but God told Elijah that he had nothing to fear from this king. Elijah obeyed God's voice and personally delivered the message to the king. It was because the king had sent messengers to consult with the Philistine god to see if he would recover. He did not recover and he died.